All right, and we're back. All right, so the group has made it back to Ulfton. And already, have you had a plan about something about going talking to the guards up front,
yes.
right?
Basically, the group hangs back outside the town. Radiv will go in, make contact with his priest, and Caden Killian.
So they're going to hang back the whole time while you actually go to the temple.
Basically, I want to use the connections through the temple to get to the mayor to allow us to get the guards to let us through without, lots of big explanations needed.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's easily doable. He says we don't even need to go to the mayor. You'll be talking to Angmar. He says, yes, I'll go and speak to the guards.
Fantastic. Come with me, and we'll get these guys in, hopefully on the down low, so that I explained to him when we're at the temple briefly what we found there. We have prisoners. We think that we can bust the merchants that are helping the slavers. They're essentially slavers themselves because they are collaborating. But if they see us have these guys in chains, then they may flee the city. Is it possible? Can we get a covered wagon or something?
Yes, the temple would have a wagon. He says, yes, he'll meet y'all out front. He'll give you a little landmark of an area off to the side to go and tell your people to meet there, and he'll have it pulled around.
Fantastic. We'll have them all wait there for you, and I go back so you can get the wagon and all that ready.
All right. All right, so you guys go back. You tell the group they go back to the designated meeting areas. Really easy to find. I mean, the landmark was too long ago burnt trees from lightning strikes that hit them.
Nice.
So you wait for a little while, and off in the distance you'll see a wagon come, and it's not Angmar. It's just another little acolyte for the temple and whatnot. He nods to you, that in recognition as he pulls up that he knows what to do. He just waits there. It's a covered wagon. When you get there, he does say we need to hurry because we got to get back before the guards change, because the guards at the gate you're going through know about it.
I understand. Yep. I help toss the guys in the back of the wagon, throw the cover on. And we're going to walk because we'll freak out the horses otherwise if we ride on the wagon, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, that would be obvious because, the horse just, anytime y'all get near, the horses just kind of, they don't go crazy, but they just, skittish is the right word. I like that. All right. So that being said, he heads off ahead. Well, actually, no. Since these are unconscious prisoners inside the wagon, you would probably be okay with Peaks being in there.
I was about to say Peaks can totally go with him.
So that's something we'd probably would say happens. So Peaks stays in there just in case they need a good knocking out again.
Kit and Peaks, I would say.
Knocking out and strangling, one of the two, whoever needs it, they're going to get it.
You say we'll meet you back at the temple. Is that where we're meeting?
He said, yeah. They have a little area where they unload supplies at the temple, and that's where he's going to go. And he says, Angmar is expecting you, obviously, in the main area. So,
I'm going to ask him, does he have a place where he wants these men held? Is he going to turn them to the mayor? What does he intend to do? I'm giving them to him because I know that it'll get taken care of.
The acolyte's I don't know. I just know that I'm told to take them to this area, and a couple of the other faithful take them to somewhere in the temple. They're not being taken to the mayor. They're being held in the temple as of right now.
Gotcha. So this is a internal Caden Killian matter.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
All right. So that being said, he'll whip the horses, and they'll go forward. Not whip so much as just jerk the reins, and they'll take off down the road, and you guys will start walking in. As you walk in, the guards don't give you any trouble. They just kind of just watch you as you come, because they know what's up, or at least they just know not to ask questions, that you're okay. Is everybody, when you come into the town, actually y'all left early. It takes half a day. This actually be nighttime now that I think about it, because y'all left pretty early in the morning. It was half a day's travel. So yeah, this is actually nighttime. As y'all are coming in,
under the cover of darkness.
Yeah, the moon's overhead. It's a pretty it's a pretty open air night. The stars are just shining away. There's not a lot of clouds in the way blocking it, so there's a lot of light. No, there's no full moon. Actually, let me check. I'm almost certain there's not, so I've got to look at the page. It is the.
Well, remember we just had the blood moon like 5 days ago.
Yeah. So it wouldn't 1, 2.
More like
3, 4,
actually like
5.
8-9 days ago.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
See, these are 30-day cycles, so I'm gonna say the moon. The moon won't be full on the same day every day. Not the same exact day. I just want to know when the next one's gonna be. All right, I'm good. Let's see, blood moon. You said 5, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go with 5 days when the blood moon was. I'm gonna write that down because that was actually an event. I'm noting that in the calendar.
Cool.
There we go. All right. Oh shit, the dot should be before it. All right. So that being said, does anybody is anybody going or well, I was gonna say gonna go anywhere, but it's pretty much nighttime, so you probably wouldn't have an option to really go that many places.
Probably not.
All right. Who is carrying the main loot supplies, or y'all just like kind of divvied it up?
Probably in my backpack since it doesn't add extra weight.
Okay. That being said, we'll bring it around to you either going to the temple or going to the inn. What is your choice?
I say let's go to the temple, guys.
See what happens. Hopefully it will.
Technically, I mean, Kit and Peaks are already at the temple.
Yeah.
Before we even get
we
there.
don't have a choice.
So if you want to do a little role play with just them before,
I mean, they could barrel roll out of the caravan if they want.
No,
we're not going to the temple. Yeah, I mean, like, well, there's not so much that they could, we could do for them. Like, I'm assuming that they would just kind of keep watch over the bad guys in case they wake up, or the prisoners. What would happen when you guys get to the temple though is like the acolyte said, they would get there. They'd pull around to the back where they like bring in the supplies for like the Caden's temple tavern that he's got going on there. He would throw like a long cloth over the bodies, and like he would actually he's not strong enough, or he's a little like a young kid, so more like a teenager, like right before his adulthood. He would actually ask Peek's help to carry them in, but they'd throw blankets over them, and they'd just carry them over their shoulders into the temple and whatnot. They'd take them to a little room area. They say they don't have he's like they don't have proper rooms to hold prisoners, but this is like one of the ones that it just doesn't have a window. There's no other way out other than the door, and that you could tell Peeks and Kit when you get there that there's a makeshift lock, a current new lock has been put on the outside of it. There's actually two locks. There's a lock at the handle, then there's actually an actual
have
bolt
one
lock.
of their priests slap a curse on these guys, mark of justice or some shit.
I mean, as of right now, that's just what they're doing at the moment. They're putting them in there and whatnot.
They're not going anywhere. They're still on like the negatives.
Yeah.
Still more than they deserve.
Yeah. So they would the acolyte who would introduce himself to you actually as which one?
Or name. Excellent. I love remembering.
You don't have to remember anything. I mean, he just actually introduces himself as Simon. He's just an acolyte of Cade and Killian.
He doesn't happen to hunt vampires in his spare time, does he?
What, Simon Quest? Anyways, or Belmont. That's what I'm thinking.
I was going to say, I thought it was Belmont.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Simon's Quest, the video game. Anyways.
Oh, wrong Simon.
Yeah. He says, you're more than welcome to wait here, outside the door in case whatever happens. But he'll say, Agmar is expecting your group, or at least Radiv. That's kind of who he's associated with right now. Out in the area of worship, which is the tavern.
In the tavern. Fair enough.
The area of worship is just known as the tavern.
It is the
tavern.
This is why we love Kate and Killian, because there's always a tavern.
Always.
If there's a church of it, shrine, whatever, little roadside bar.
Perfect. I assume, Simon, that him and Radeev are going to talk about what to do next with these guys, correct?
I would expect so.
And Radeev will probably fill us in. So, y'all don't mind. Kid will just turn around and start walking to the inn. I'm going to utilize them this time to start writing some scrolls, because goddammit, I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Do you know how to do that?
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
It's gonna make me sad.
That's fine. I mean, as long as I'm just long as not do you know how to do it, but do you know how the mechanics work, like how much it costs and all that stuff?
Nope. Not at all.
Okay.
I'm sure you can share that information later with me.
I will. We'll get that going. I just wanted to know. All right. That being said, you guys are walking through town. Pretty much most of the shops are closed. So right now you have Stryker, Singe, and Radeev walking at least to the Temple of Cade and Kalian. I don't know if your characters would actually be interested in like dealing with the politics of it, or if your character would actually just want to go and get some sleep. Because keep in mind, y'all have been traveling all day, and it has been a long day with a long fight. So
absolutely, just two things that I just want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
One, did Leo ever return before we left? And if not, I'm going to assume that he can follow our trail and scent us.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Flare-wise, I'll deal with that before you ask your second question, I guess. Leo would come off the trail as you're transporting prisoners, ask what's going on, and he will follow you to town. When he gets to town, he will go right to the inn.
That's perfectly fine, and that's great. Just so that he's kind of close by.
Yeah. He'll tell you actually that the trail, because you guys went to the west, but not nearly as far as to the Argoth Forest. He will tell you. I'm assuming you would actually talk about what happened in there, and he will say
absolutely.
He will actually say the tracks that he followed were in the direction to the other forest.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Were they about 2 days old? I'd ask.
I'm not just gonna automatically assume he rolled a 20 on that, so let me see. I'm gonna pull up his character sheet really quick.
Why not?
But we'll be able to tell you that it was a bunch of footprints with wagon wheels on it. Wagon wheel tracks too. So
I just want to, if he can give me some idea of how old they are, and I'm going to assume that they're 2 days old, if he doesn't know for sure.
Do you know what the DC is for the days? If you want to look that up while I'm looking at his character sheet.
Yeah, I can look that up for you.
So that
Give me
is
1 second.
Survival, and he has a +10. So he can take a 10, which is, I think you can take a 10 on a survival check, can't you?
Yes, you can always take a 10 so long as you are not in a stressful situation.
Except for use magic device, that's the only one, isn't it?
Well, you can never take a 20 if there is a penalty for failure, basically. So he could take a 20 in theory if there was no penalty if he fails.
There is a penalty because it's not a pain penalty, but it's a time penalty. It takes an hour, doesn't it?
Well, that's just time, though. That's not that. If that was the case, then no one could ever take 20.
Yeah, I thought doing survival on tracks like an hour, though. That's what I thought.
So let's see. It depends on the type of ground.
Forest ground, dirt.
Under survival modifiers.
It would be a road.
Every 24 hours since the trail has been made is +1 to the DC.
So +2 to the DC. Size of creatures being attracted would be mediums.
If there's been any rain,
there's force, so it'd be +1. I don't think there's been rain.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like RP wise, like I tell you actually when it's raining, and I don't remember the past 2
They
days.
probably didn't hide their tracks or anything special, so yep. Yeah, -3 for every 3 creatures in the group being tracked, and I assume their wagon was probably at least large size.
He would actually be able, yeah, like I'm looking at all of the modifiers. Yeah, he would easily be able to take a 10 on that and
Cool.
tell you, yes, that they were, it was,
2 days.
yeah, it was, if it was not 2 days ago.
All right, then it was the merchants who basically were taking that group. They have a 2-day head start. Otherwise, I'd be like, let's go jump them. Like, if they had just left today, I would have been like, leave the prisoners here, let's go, kind of deal. But, yeah.
So as of tomorrow, they'll have a 3-day head start on you.
The second thing that I wanted to do, since Leo was the first thing, because Radiv does actually care about Leo being part of the group and all that.
Yeah, it's not like in Remco's game where people just show up or don't show up. Like they're just
exactly, and it's like
I'm trying to make it like a reason why they're gone.
Yeah. I have the same problem when I DM. But here's the thing.
Everybody knows. It's just what can you do, you know?
All right, so the second thing, Radiv is interested in the politics. He wants to go to the church. If nothing special happens, he's going there. He tells the others, I'll fill everyone in on what I learned, but don't feel obligated, since this is a, I understand that your beliefs are not necessarily my beliefs.
Is this an in-time question, or are we waiting to see what he actually learned?
Oh, this is me to Striker and Singe and...
Oh, shit. I don't even have to respond. All right, well, you.
Yeah, and Leo, basically. Leo, I know he's like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. He's like, I care not what humans.
So this is to Striker and to Singe. Would you like to come with me? There's going to be a lot of talking.
Talking is for people who have too little to do.
He's like, I got push-ups to do.
Fair enough. I
Yeah,
understand
sure, why
if you
not?
want to spend your time. Yep.
Call me if you need anything.
I want to come. I want to see where the party people stay.
All right, you're welcome to come with me, Singe. Just remember to treat this place with respect. It is a temple.
No problem.
But you can get drunk as you want. Just remember the golden rule: don't start any fights.
Wait for that. We already broke
Not
that
me.
one.
I'm the mellow drunk.
I know. I saw you drunk, remember, last night?
That was great. Or this morning, whichever you prefer.
That's true, too. Yeah,
make
never
me
mind. I
that-
take it back.
Don't make me make that concoction again, I swear to God. It was hard enough the first time.
Radiv and Singe will head to the temple then, where I guess Peaks is still there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Kit said she left, but did Peaks
Steve?
leave and go back to the inn, which also obviously has a tavern in it too.
Well,
Lots of people.
depends. You say it's been a long day
Yes.
with fighting.
You've been traveling. You've been literally traveling all day and had that one battle in between.
Well,
Hey, Peaks, I bet you can get free drinks here since you brought these guys.
I should inquire about free drinks.
I thought you were not all in this or whatever. I'm not gonna ask.
So, how do you approach one of the temple workers who is actually like, technically, I guess, a bartender?
Bartender.
About a free drink, a barkeep.
Well, I'm gonna ask him if he's familiar with what I just did. Heard about the prisoners that just came in. A bad lot of slavers.
Slavers, you don't say.
You didn't hear about it.
I might have heard a couple of things. What about it?
That was me.
That was
Oh, you glory hound, you.
Suppose you got a drink for a hero such as myself.
Hey, I was there too.
Well, you're not there.
Wait,
Right
we're not there yet, Singe.
This is just
let,
Peaks. But
let Peaks have his moment.
yeah, like he'll go. It was you. You brought those dastardly slavers in. Oh yes. He's like a drink and a drink for you and a drink for me. It's not often I can raise my cup with a hero, so he'll pull a drink out for you and set it up.
I was about to say, what Peaks is doing is something so that a Caden Killian follower would do. Tell a good story and, drink to it.
Yeah. All right, so that's what. So as you will actually come in to the temple with Singe, you will actually see Agmar over there waiting at the table. He's usually, discussing things with you, and you'll see Peaks at the bar drinking with the barkeep.
I kind of nod. I try and catch Peaks' eye and nod to him, like "good job," kind of thing. I look around kind of a little bit to see if Kit is here because I haven't seen Kit yet since we didn't go to the inn.
Nope.
Not seeing her, I just kind of shrug and head towards Angmar.
For all you know, I could be in the back killing them all. Oh.
Exactly, which is why I'm not making any assumptions.
They're all being choked to death.
Yep, and no one will ever know. They'll never prove it was me.
Whoa. Let's keep it PG-13. No, just kidding. Let's keep it R. Okay, maybe, we'll find a middle ground.
Continue.
Yep. All right. So, what Singe? Would you approach Peaks at the bar, or would you walk over with Radiv to where Agmar is?
He's on his good behavior. He'll stay with who he came in with.
Okay. So as you two come to the table and sit down, you would have enough time to actually tell the tale to the barkeep, Peaks. Obviously, like you have, your character has, I'm sure, a ton of stories. Would you, at a natural stopping point, stop talking to the bartender, or would you keep getting the free drinks as you're telling the stories with him, and let Peaks and let Radiv and Singe sit with Agmar and discuss things? What would your character do?
I try to drag out the story, make it last as long as I feel I can. Try to get another drink out of it while we're talking.
Yeah, you just keep it going.
Good, keep going. Might give me another one.
I have to ask, how fast do you finish your drink and kind of look down into your empty mug and then back up at him as you're telling the story?
Did I mention I fought a bear?
You'd be like, I might have slayed that troll. I don't know, if I had some liquid memory.
Yeah.
I can just see you getting 5 drinks out of this. If you milk it just right.
Got these big human cups, definitely.
All right. As Radiv and Singe, you two approach, he'll Peaks. He'll just keep you. You're entertaining him, so he'll keep you liquidated.
Quite busy over here.
Yeah.
Probably a quite tasty brew. I mean, maybe not as strong as you'd like, but they know they're brewing here at the temple.
Yeah.
So
it's a respectable human brew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so you two will approach, and Agmar will, when you comes, he'll actually he'll stand for a second, and then he'll sit down with you. Just kind of a respect thing.
I don't even, look, I just clasp arm with him and give him the old pat on the back, Angmar, you old,
So,
as you come, he'll see you, and you'll actually see, or no, he's actually seen you. He's seen you earlier. Sorry, I gotta take that back. I forgot you actually went and talked to him. All right. As you make it, he goes, all right. He says, I'm so glad that you actually made it back alive. I was worried.
Was there a doubt?
When it comes to this, this group of people, there's always got to be a doubt. They're dangerous.
Hey. Caden Kalian watches over us, and Caden Kalian himself would have done no less if he had been here in my shoes.
He slaps the table and says, I'll drink to that. And he just signals in the air that some drinks come over or sat in front.
I say, and one for my friend here as well.
Yeah. That's something you wouldn't have to say. Yeah. You wouldn't have to say, a person's not going to sit there, a temple or a cleric of
I gotcha.
Caden Kalian is not going to let one person drink and not offer it to another person. So 3 drinks are brought over, he lifts the mug and he says, all right, so I believe you have a story for me.
Indeed I do. Let's drink. I knock glasses with Singe down the hatch. Oh, yes, good. Man, it's been a long day. I needed that. Haven't even gotten a chance to pop my whiskey since you know, since we've been fighting and killing slavers and capturing slavers all day. But yeah, we've got a little bit of a story to tell. Let's see. So, after we left this morning, we went to the camp, as we told. By the way, did, what's his name? Did you ever get a hold of that fellow that I told you about? The one who told me about the camp.
Ah, yes. Do you have that name? Because, like I said, I left my fucking book at work that has all this.
Actually, I can probably look it up.
All right. Well, I mean, we don't have to have the name, but I'm sure the people, if I don't know if people want to know names.
I probably have it somewhere. Hang on.
You can type it whenever, but he will say, yes, as a matter of fact, we did end up locating him in one of the,
brothels.
Yeah. And he just chuckles.
I'm like, come on.
He chuckles as you finish the sentence, like, he says, yes, we have located him. He says, as a matter of fact, he's kind of sleeping off his hangover in the back, one of our back rooms.
Excellent. I'm glad that you managed to get him in. He will be a lot more relieved once he hears that we've captured the ones that probably knew him the best. I'm sure the others in his organization might still hold some grudges, but everyone that knew that he was involved in this is currently being held, prisoner, so we'll deal with that as it is. Jade? Was that his name?
I have no idea. I did not write
no,
down.
that's not it. Paulo was his name.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
David Day. Oh, shit.
All right.
The company, the name of that, give me a second.
Oh, the company that shipped?
Yep, I have that name too. Give me a second.
That's Green something. I think it's Green, actually. Green shipping.
If you give me just a minute, I will...
Fine. Don't take my glorious note help.
Green.
Well, I have I have all of the exact logs. The CH, do a lot of this work. No, that's a Crimson Hand.
I just have CH, which means nothing. That's Crimson Hand.
That's Crimson Hand, basically.
Yeah.
Is what it's saying. The Green Waves Shipping Company.
Green Waves Shipping Company. Okay.
Yep.
All right. See, I'm actually thinking that. What did he mention about the Green Waves that you know?
Looking at what you gave me, there are some who come and go get supplies from the city. They use the Green Wave Shipping Company to send some out.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
All right. What your characters would know about the Green Wave Shipping Company, they're obviously more of a port shipping company, but they do land-to-land transportation.
Like they'll ship it overland from the port, I assume.
Yes, and in this area, still lumber is a huge shipping product here, to and from, especially with the Dark Moon Vale and the Falcon's Hollow to the north. The majority, like almost 70% of everything that was ever lumbered out of the Dark Moon Vale went south. Went south through Ulfton, and then it went farther south into Almas and and the Green Wave Shipping Company had a huge contract with the Lumber Consortium, actually, when that was going on.
Gotcha. So they're kind of amoral / they're a merchant company that's out for profit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have like their things on the front page, on the front end, and on the back is obviously the.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're not all corrupt, but they definitely don't have any qualms with taking money from lawful evil or chaotic good or wherever it comes from. Okay.
All right.
Yes, so I'll lay it out for him. What happens, what we know when we interrogated the guys at the beginning of the session.
Mm-hmm.
I even say I have in my backpack right now all the letters, all the notes, all that stuff that we collected. And on the wagon that we would have put with the prisoners were the ravens that they used to communicate with the Green Wave Shipping Company to let them know to come and pick up the slaves when they had 10, slaves. I'm almost tempted to say we should. Well, I'll tell him kind of what I'm thinking and ask what he thinks. We know that they still have people in the area. We know that there are 4 camps in that area, and we could hit those pretty easily, take those out. If he wants us to take care of that, that's fine. I mean, I don't think they'll pose a significant challenge to us, as we took out one of their camps pretty easily. But I feel that our focus would be better, rather than just making little cuts on the organization. We should go after the head and do the most damage before it gets out that they're starting to be found out, as it were, and all the secrecy and all the surprise that we have on our side is gone.
Okay. I kind of want to
Go ahead.
rectify something you said. You said the Ravens are going to the shipping company. I don't know.
That's my understanding.
No. What Kane had meant was that's who ships them out of there. It's not. That actually has nothing to do with the company itself. He just says that's who whoever is buying the slaves. That's where they send them. Well, no, they send the slaves to the to basically the head of the Crimson Hands, and then
Yes.
the one of the 2 locations on there is where they end up going.
That's what I understood.
And they just have their own team of people that transport them like that.
So is it the Green Waves that are the transporters?
The Green Waves Shipping Company doesn't transport the slaves from the camps to the main head area that they're working out of.
They just get the supplies.
Yeah, but when you mentioned that to Caden,
That'd be awkward.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Hey, the god could be sitting across from me in disguise. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
You would when you mentioned the 4 camps, and whatnot, he would say, if you want to trouble yourself with this business, that would take time. Right as of right now, I have enough evidence with he points. Because you say all the stuff you have, and I'm assuming you've pulled some things out. But
there's some maps. I'll show him the maps. Yep.
And he motions to the stuff not as it's his, but as it's on the table. He says, "There's enough here, and with the prisoners we have, and we have the witness. We have the witness to testify to these. That I could justify the mayor sending out a couple of what do you call them? Not squads, detachments,
platoons,
something. Yeah, just enough of the soldiers and city guards to take care of the issue. And then, if you are willing and able, to go and to give you enough time to go and hopefully rescue, because you had mentioned the fact that slaves have been taken to go and free these poor people.
I'll tell you this right now: we're going one way or the other to the ones in the forest, the camps that are deeper in there, and we are going to free any slaves that we come across on our way.
All right.
Their main camp is our current objective, as far as I can tell. My companions can speak for themselves, of course, but as far as I know, speaking for them right now, they will follow me to these camps, and we will deal with them. It is very important, though, that before we leave the city, if it is possible, this curse that we have, we need to get it removed so that it does not become a... what's the word I'm looking for?
Hindrance?
Where it gets worse over time, basically.
Detriment.
Exacerbate. Basically, we need to get rid of it before it gets worse.
He says, of course, I understand. We haven't had much time to do a lot of research on.
It's only been a day.
It's literally been a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
He says, we know that we know what we need to have prepared. Hopefully by tomorrow morning, Caden will answer our prayers and give us the the abilities we need to try and take care of this. Wow. So
we've done much good for Caden today. I feel that he'll probably answer your prayers.
Yes. So how about we drink to his name tonight, and tomorrow, we can try to take care of this problem you have.
Sounds excellent. Yeah, let's try that. And what I think, get as much information as the prisoners, use this information. I freely give it to you. I set it down, the papers, stacks of letters, maps and whatnot. We're going to keep this one map, though, that has the locations of the forest camps, because we'll need that. But all the other ones of the local area where the other camps are, plus you have the leader. You can question him and get their locations from him as well.
All right.
Yeah, use that to get the soldiers on the move and take care of business. Let's call it a night. Let's drink, call it a night. It's been a long day. And we will make plans on the morrow, depending on if these curses are removed.
So, as the night goes on, as much as your characters can drink in Caden's temple tonight.
I will drink everyone under the table. Hey, Peaks, get over here.
All right.
Let's get this.
Oh, wait,
Let's get this endorphin on this drinking.
That's a stiff one.
Nice.
Ooh, good lord. All right.
We could use drinking rules, or we could just role play through it. It doesn't matter to me. Because Radiv has not had a drink.
No. Radiv hasn't, but Singe is still kind of I mean, he's not in recovery, but yeah, literally like this morning he was drinking.
He was hungover.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to pull out a bunch of rules to try and to roll through drinking, especially with recording this, because it just would probably get boring to everybody that's just watching it. But yeah, if you want to RP it out, or if you just want to go, if you just actually just want to roll your
I just want to have a drink with Peaks and Singe and say, let's raise a glass to Caden Kalian, and here another glass to kicking Slaver's ass, and another glass to
Yeah, baby, down with evil.
Yeah, down with evil. I'll drink to that, and so on and so forth.
Hey, keeping the filth off the streets.
I'll drink to that.
So that being said, I mean, as y'all are just going toast after toast, Agmar would actually ask to hear the story of the battle at the camp and how you managed to actually take the leader alive. So that would give your characters time to embellish their own parts in the story, or just do whatever.
That ass punch is gonna live forever.
I'll let I'll let Peaks tell that part.
Yeah.
I tell about the part where I swung on a rope up on top of the palisade and rained a hail of death down on my enemies.
Oh god.
Do you tell them about the backflip or the front flip onto the tent?
I say that I flipped, kicked one of them in the face while shooting another one in the chest and landed on my feet.
Yeah.
And that crit.
I'll roll a bluff check if I need to, just to make it sound really cool.
I don't think you need to roll a bluff because he's actually friendly towards you.
I figured, but it just to see how good, it's like diplomacy. You don't need to roll a diplomacy, but sometimes it just shows how good you are at talking.
Here's my next question. Should I just preemptively roll more hangover juice because I have the sneaking suspicion?
Oh, you actually probably need to roll to see if you can find supplies to stem the dreams.
Yep, I gotta do that. Alright. Shit, go!
There's something I wanted to say about Radiv. Radiv is gonna pray to Caden tonight. While he's drunk, he is in prayer, basically. This is his most people have, like very solemn atonement kind of prayers to their gods. He's just like laughing and enjoying himself. At the same time, he's getting that spiritual connection with his god.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's in communion with the Lord.
And the whole time, I'm sure Singe is really describing the battle and his
oh, please don't tell him about the bacon.
No,
Please don't tell him.
I'm sure the battle. He charred the two people. Then he's probably. I'm sure he would actually start to talk about feeding the guy.
No, that's the funny thing.
That's probably where Peaks or
Somebody
Ruddy
please.
would like hit him or like nudge him.
No. I would like literally slap my hand over his mouth if he starts saying like, and then I started cutting off, and I just slapped my hand over his mouth like, and then we just took the bodies and threw them in the fire and burned everything,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That's not technically a lie.
exactly.
Yeah, and then then Rajiv could be like, why don't you tell him about the fire that you set to the place strategically to
Yes,
to
tell
burn
him
things.
about that part.
Like
Pretty.
kind of trying to distract Singe from the fact that he fed somebody human being.
It burns sweet, baby. Hey, I'm hungry. What do you got to eat around here?
You ate everything last time. They haven't had time to restock. Jesus.
They
No,
they probably do have
wasn't
a lot.
Oh wait, yeah.
That wasn't
That was
Kate's
the.
place. No,
that was
that was the
Oh, God.
winch and
That was-
cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I don't remember like NPCs names, but random inns I remember.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The temple probably has plenty of food
Yeah.
because they make lots of money from donations and healing people and stuff like that.
They'll bring they'll feed you for the night and everything like that. They'll actually bring enough food that you could actually take some back to everybody else, so nobody has to worry about like eating or paying for rations.
Grab like half of a honey glazed something.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you take a couple of like a huge like turkey legs, so Leo. And,
Exactly, turkey legs. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I
Nice.
mean, this isn't like, hey, 5 copper meal. This is y'all eat great. The temple is very grateful for everything you brought back because hopefully, from their understanding, this is going to put them in a really good position in the day.
And that's why I'm feeling really good right now. Like if Caden Kalian was ever gonna like send me a sign or something, this is the time. So, yeah,
And
I'm
of
looking
course,
at it.
you tithe to the church, don't you?
What was that, Singe?
You do give them your tithe, from the money we got?
Yeah, absolutely. I can give him a tithe.
Just wondering.
Yeah, I considered it. I didn't know if it would be the appropriate time because tomorrow we're gonna get the curses removed and all that. But I'll throw in a tithe. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, how much are where can we get? I asked Angmar, does he know anyone that we can trust to appraise some goods for us that we recovered from the camp? There were some swords and things like that.
I mean, like he says, there's a couple of good reputation shops around here when it comes to weapons. That they sell weapons. They'd give you he's like especially.
And what about precious metals and things like that? Like, just like some sort of jeweler or some sort of person that works with precious metals that could tell us.
I mean, like.
I mean, I trust him enough to tell him about the platinum bar that I have.
He says, well, I mean, if you tell him that, then like he says, you can actually just go like I don't know if it'd be somebody like who is in metals. It might be some kind of currency exchanger or coiner. Like this place is in a kingdom, so they wouldn't have what?
It's a solid bar, so that's why I was thinking like someone could do something with that.
Honestly, like he says, there's a couple of I don't know if the word's government, like the mayors, like what kind of branch would like the mayor have, like when it comes to commerce? Yeah, like he says, like the Commerce Guild would actually have somebody that could actually give you the value for it.
Is there was Abadar a church here?
Oh, actually, that's something you brought up. Give me a second. It is Abadar. What, Carly?
Yeah,
1 second.
Sure.
I'm muting myself.
Yep, that's fine.
Yay.
So yeah, while we wait for him to get back, Abadar is the god of merchants, commerce, and banks, basically. Law, cities, merchants, and wealth. If we go to his church, they will deal fairly with us because their reputation is their bond, essentially. Like they do not cheat people because it's against their religion.
Yeah, that's Talon's patron.
I know, that's why I remembered it. Yay!
Yeah, so there is one to Abadar, yeah.
Fantastic. I'd say thank you. We'll go to the Church of Abadar because it is against the religion to deal unfairly. I mean, they may do a small,
cut for the church, yeah.
Exactly.
That's usually the way it goes, yeah.
But
I get
we
that.
know that we're not going to get screwed, basically, by some shady merchant or something.
Okay.
And
All right,
they're
so
the
that's
ones
what
that
you
probably can move these sort of goods,
Yeah.
like the platinum bars and whatnot. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they deal with the platinum bars before they would the swords or anything like that.
Well, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
specifically the platinum bars.
Okay.
Did we ever identify the potions and the scrolls?
Y'all never rolled for it?
Whoops.
But it wasn't an immediate thing so much as it was,
Okay.
just having,
Well,
yeah.
I would have asked the magic users if they could identify those, so we could figure out who gets them and all that. In my opinion, it's not worth selling potions and scrolls
Give me
if they're useful.
whoever has knowledge spellcraft. Give me. It was 4 potions, 2 scrolls, right?
2
So it's
scrolls.
6.
Yep.
So no, don't do it that way. Give me
Wait.
yeah. Do like hold on. I'm gonna do mine as a test.
Well,
6,
let me ask you this:
20,
are the
and then-
caster levels?
There. Do it like that. Like brackets, 6d20 in brackets, and then add whatever you put plus whatever your modifier is, and then I'll do those out of game because you're not going to end up using them tonight anyways. I doubt it because it's already 10 o'clock. The fact that chances of y'all getting in a battle in the next hour and a half is kind of slim at this rate.
Oh, shit. I always forget you guys are 10 and I'm 11. What a fucking
Yeah. But yeah, just do it that way. That way I can just do it easily for everybody. And then this is stuff you plan on doing in the morning because it is nighttime. Like a lot of the businesses are closed as of now.
Oh yeah, I was planning on heading to the inn, like stumbling there, with my friends. Like we're all supporting each other, and Peaks and Gnome. We'll be singing. Like I'll ask Peaks to like sing us a traditional Dwarven song.
And I'll tell them all to shut up.
And Peaks, by the way,
Nice.
we don't stop drinking till you're drunk as well.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh god.
Because
Yeah.
it's not a party if we're not all drunk.
Yeah, did I find the drunky stuff too?
And then hit whatever your modifier is to your. Oh, you got that in there, +7. Okay, good. You can do that too, Kat. Do you know how to do that?
Nope, I was not gonna touch that.
All
It's
right.
+10.
You know where the bracket button is? That.
Yeah.
Hit 2 of those, then R, or then 6d20, and then close the bracket. Like double close.
Then +10. No.
You have a +10 modifier?
For spellcraft?
No,
Yep.
no, not your ranks. What's your modifier? Your intelligence?
My intelligence is 4, but
Yeah, that's your modifier. It is
Does
intelligence.
she have any
though,
ranks
that's
in it though?
No, she
I
has
have
ranks in
ranks. I'm happy.
spellcraft.
I have
It
ranks.
uses her spellcraft.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, do +10. I'm sorry.
Like, what
You're
are you
fine.
talking about?
I
That's cool.
was thinking about something else.
Can I do
It's
it?
all good.
Can I win?
There you go. Look at that. That was beautiful. All right. So I'll have those for later. Thank you.
Did I happen to find my worm concoction ingredients again, by the way? I rolled a 16 again.
Oh, yeah. You'll find that easy.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
The
drunk
other stuff is actually harder to find. The only finding it out in the wilderness, is really hard. But finding the ingredients for in town, a bigger town like this, is actually a lot easier. Yeah.
Alright, no drunk people tonight.
Tell them again
That's
what it
not
tastes
true.
like.
No hangover.
No hangovers, yeah.
Tomorrow.
But
No,
tell them exactly what it
no.
tastes like.
Oh God, what did I say last time? Oh, I remember what it was. If anyone's ever gone fishing before, when you buy like the little pack of worms or mealworms or grubs, and you crack it open the first time, it smells like that.
Yes.
So dirt and compost.
Well,
Tastes like
I'd like
it tastes
to
like
ask-
the earth threw up in your mouth.
am I
Yeah.
actually hungover though? Because
Well,
whilst-
that's. I mean, I know it's a constitution battle when it comes to your stats, but it just depends on what your character would want to do. I mean, you basically scored a huge victory for your church and for freedom. You know.
Freedom!
Well, I would definitely get drunk. That's what I'm saying. But some people are more resilient than others in
Okay.
terms of they don't necessarily get hungover.
Yeah.
Well, now you really won't get hungover.
Are you talking about like Archer? No, he never gets really hungover.
Nice.
Oh, like I said, it could just be if your character would think your character would hit his limit. Everybody has a limit, no matter what it is.
Oh,
and if
he
you just
probably
keep
would.
going, then yeah, you might have a slight hangover. It just depends. You tell me how much your character is going to celebrate for the night. You have all.
Let's
night to drink.
put it this
temple
way.
opens
He
its
carries-
casks to you.
He carries a bottle of whiskey on him at all times and usually drinks on the road.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he drinks a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, your liver might be used to filtering out, the little you drinks here and there, but tonight, it's doing its work.
Well, that's the point of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. I'll just take the hangover remedy, whatever.
Yeah. It's better not to feel it than to feel it. That's for damn sure.
Not a bad.
Nobody's like rooming close to me, because if anyone stumbles into my room just half drunk in the morning, things are not going to be good. Let me just say.
No one goes into your
Alright.
room.
Heads or tails?
I go into the kitten's room. I mean, clearly the kitten owns the room.
Yeah.
Cats,
Right.
you just are allowed to live there.
Heads I don't stumble. Tails I stumble.
What?
I stumble into your room in the
No,
morning.
what? Oh, no.
Oh,
I was half kidding.
Feels
oh,
like
shit.
there's a
Evolve
goblin in there.
stumbles.
oh no.
Ash!
Singe, come on, you gotta be with this. Roll it, flip it.
No, really, don't be in this role. This is a horrible mistake.
I
do
need a
it.
chamber pot.
No.
Not into the group sex, guys. Sorry.
Oh, God.
You see Stryker appear at the door. I heard there was a lady in trouble.
Oh,
Oh,
The witch you were looking for is not in this castle.
shit. This is a mistake. Oh, God. Ash, what do I do?
All right, so the next morning, are y'all stumbling in looking for the hangover cure? Is that what y'all are doing?
I don't know. I was just fucking
Yes.
around because Peaks was fucking around. Yes.
Okay. So
I'm seriously gonna blow chunks.
I
So-
will steer him towards the window where he will blow chunks out the window.
Oh no, get out of the way, poor child.
yeah, no, oh, that's
Oh,
a gross
no.
child.
Oh,
All right, so
poor
is that
Good
little
luck to have a
all right,
Good
that's what's
Jim.
happening? You're going to take him away from Kit's room and
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as
Okay.
it's
I rolled
not
for it.
hours,
just want to know.
don't
Roll
do
for
2 hours.
what?
Oh, my God. Here's a
He
hell
said
of
he was rolling for it to go into her room to ask for the cure, and then
Oh yeah, we both flipped. But yeah, I make sure that he, we both take care of whatever needs to be.
what
guys
happened
did
was he had a
night.
night of binging because it's been so long since he had any drinks.
Makes sense because
No.
cheap. Yep.
yes, because apparently last night he decided to stare at his two friends drinking all night and not drink himself, which was completely weird.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But
Well, he was
It was almost like he wasn't paying attention to them drinking.
low on money and didn't feel like he earned it.
No.
he totally earned this one. Yep.
Oh, wait.
Gas
Legit
punch.
question. When did you come into my room?
Well, they didn't. They're now reading it. saying-
You were asleep. Don't worry about it. You
No,
were
I
asleep
do
the whole
have to
time.
worry about it. You don't understand.
You were asleep the whole time.
That's
There were no.
worse.
Are you talking about
that is
that night?
creepy as hell.
You were
No,
asleep the
don't
whole
worry. The only time I
trust me.
was in your room was when you were
No.
sleeping.
All right. So the next morning, that night she'll actually bring you the concoction to that she brews to. I think I said it tastes like honeyberries or something.
5:35 in the morning.
Honey? No,
The
it's
dream. Yeah.
Oh.
So you actually everybody's able to sleep that needs to sleep fully, so they don't get just a disturbed rest.
Hmm.
You'll wake up the next morning. Those who are feeling the ill effects, which I'm assuming are the three of y'all, she'll have your concoction of earthwormy vomit goodness,
Delight.
and you will not feel the effects of hangover today.
Oh god.
And so unless you guys want to go out and do anything before you head to the temple.
Abadar.
Okay, so you're going to go to the Temple of Abadar first. All right.
Yep.
Force, roll!
I'm gonna ask them if they can just appraise how much these platinum bars are worth.
All right.
Because Abadar should have training in appraisal.
Yeah. You'll come across one of the people there, and they will tell you they're worth about 1,000 each.
Nice. All right. Do they buy these from us too? Like, we'll gladly sell them for 1,000.
They say they can do that, or he says, well, it depends on what do you want? How do you want it back? Because he says they can give you
Coin.
about half in platinum and half in gold. They don't have.
Gotcha.
That's about all they have. Let's see, this temple is.
They should have more than that. They're a freaking bank.
Oh, that's all they have on them at the moment.
Oh, they could give us a letter of credit for any temple of Abadar that we go to.
Yeah. I mean, they have roughly enough to accommodate your needs.
I understand.
Is that something you would actually ask for? Because they actually do have gems there. Is there something you're looking for specifically for your character for spells?
It's not a bad idea, actually.
No, just
Or do you want Singe to have bling bling? Is that what you're doing?
no, it's
Little
more a
gnome with
matter
gold?
of weight and size. He can't carry a lot.
Yeah.
Radiv would actually like to turn his in for the coinage in platinum and gold.
All right.
So
you would have 50 platinum and 500 gold?
Okay.
That's how it works, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that would be 500
That'd be 500
each. Yeah.
All right. If anybody just wants the straight coinage, they can write that on their character sheet and take the platinum bars off if they put them on their character sheets. You can get 50 coins and 500 gold. 50 platinum.
It. Yep.
If you want jewels, you can actually get. He does have a. I don't know the name of them.
Did we divide up the platinum bars we found at the camp yet?
That's what we're doing right now. Where have you been?
God damn it, Burger.
Yes, everyone gets one platinum bar.
Okay.
You can say they've got 100 gold piece pearls.
Leo's platinum bar, I'm going to leave in platinum bar form because I know he doesn't know the value of money yet, and he may want to keep that. Yeah. I'll ask him when he actually is here.
Yeah, I get you.
Emeralds, rubies.
They have 5 deep green spinels worth 100 gold each, and they have an alexandrite, which is worth 500 gold. That's what they have on them.
That'll work.
All right. There you go. That's what you got. You just see the gnome with these gems in his hands. Yes.
That was a mistake.
All right.
That's insulting.
If anybody else has any other requests, this is probably the place to do it when it comes to miscellaneous transfers of wares and whatnot.
I don't care. And I'm not just saying that because I stayed in the inn. I just don't care.
Yep. When you guys are doing all this, there's like obviously there's going to be a fee, and when it comes to all this transferring, it's going to be about 50 gold total.
Cool.
So it's not per person, it's just total after all this transaction is done.
Which means per person, since Leo's not here, that's 10 gold each.
I did not think about it that way because Leo didn't actually do any transferring. You're right.
I mean, 10 gold is fairly reasonable out of 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, because because they have to go
That's
into
1%.
the vaults and pull all this out, count it all in front of you. This actually does take time. This isn't just an in and out thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
And he'll call a couple people over, and they'll reassess the values of the gems just to make sure that they're doing everything right, and all that stuff. But yeah, that's basically what's happening, or that's what's going on for a while that your characters are doing here. And obviously, the fee goes into it goes into the temple for their services and whatnot.
Yeah, they're charging us 1% of what they're changing for us, which is very reasonable. So, yeah, I'm fine with paying 10 gold if everyone pays their 10 gold.
Cool.
All right.
Already done.
Did it.
Right, doing it as we speak.
Yes.
Right.
Minus 10 gold. And that's how they can probably make ends meet by changing money. They do bring some profit in.
I'm sure it's not often that they have that much come in at once. Usually it's the small microtransactions where they make their money.
Well, to be honest, they are the Church of Abadar, and they are the biggest bank kind of thing in the land. If they don't have the funds, they can get the funds. It may take them a week, days, whatever, but they can shift money around as needed.
Yeah.
Just like a bank does.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but a lot of banks, don't
carry, like $1 million on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They might have it in their deposit box, but those aren't theirs.
Yeah,
they technically own them. They have access to them.
Oh yeah, even banks, like they still only have so much money actually on them at a time. They transfer it around as needed. So. Yep. All right. I'm just looking through magic, stuff to buy now while we're in town. But, let's head back to the Temple of Caden Kalian to try and get these curses removed.
All right. When you come in, they'll take you to a a nice special room.
Special.
It's more like a ritual room.
All right.
Nothing nefarious, obviously. It's just I'm not going to say they're going to sit there and try to do this stuff like.
I was about to say, please send these chairs while we strap your arms and legs to them. Yeah.
Like basically what it is, it's like one of their all of the clerics have a solace little prayer area that and whatnot. Yeah. There would be. Would you say a statue of Caden in there would be in the realms of something that the temple would do? Would idolize him like that?
Caden, he's not really. See, he was one of the gods that ascended from a human.
Yeah, I know.
He's not really
he took the star jewel test or whatever.
The Starstone.
Yeah.
Test of the Starstone.
I know he's not conceited like a god like that, but I mean, I don't know.
His followers really aren't big into statues and idols like that. That's not really his thing. He's more about being a man of action than a man of strict, codes of, sit here and pray to me every day for 2 hours and such.
What about an open room that has certain little areas for the priests to have their isolate, just little, not isolated.
I'm sure that
but there would be like stone artwork of Caden's symbol and some other stuff that would be representative of Caden.
Symbology, I could totally see.
Yeah, that would be all throughout the room. When you come in, you'll actually see a long table, and on the long table, let's see, how many of y'all? It's Leo.
4 total?
Huh?
I think, is it 4 total? Because Leo, Radiv, Singe, striker, horse, thing. That's
Okay. So, like, as of right now, like, I mean, they know the animals are cursed, but they're going to focus on y'all. So right now there'd be four special-looking tankards there. Behind the tankards
Nice.
would actually be a half-elf that's in, some ceremonial robes. It looks like he's performing, some rites to, he's in the middle of performing the rites to the spells, like, over the tankards and whatnot. If anybody has spellcraft and wants to see what he's spellcrafting, you can roll a check for knowledge.
I do not believe I do.
Singe, you don't know.
I do not.
Alright, but he is...
Oh.
What level do you have to be to cast 5th level spells?
Ninth,
That would
if
be
you're a cleric.
9th level.
9th.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Nice.
This guy is apparently a very powerful guy. Did not know that. Okay. I just knew
Remove
what it
curse
was.
is no joke.
Well, remove curse is 3rd, but there's something else. I wanted to know.
Break enchantment, maybe. Yeah.
All right, so he is going to, let's see. I want to roll these. As he's performing the spells and whatnot, he touches each tankard. It'll glow with like a silver glow for a second, and then it'll kind of like the glow will just vanish, kind of like go within itself. He will motion for every one of y'all to come forth and to imbibe the drink, as he's done.
This is the best break cursing that I've ever had. So, as like lift mine, raise it to the others, and say, "Let's be rid of this damn curse once and for all," and then quaff the drink.
Done with evil.
Oh, Singe, you're so eloquent in your speech. Yeah.
He is straightforward. I like the guy.
Okay, can all person, object, and creature. The target is a creature. You must take a.
Okay, everyone mumble over the DM.
Affecting the target. So some D20 plus cast.
You're in here. Oh wait, that's right. Peaks doesn't need it. Yeah.
D20.
Peaks don't give a shit.
Yep.
Nope.
Ethan. That looks good.
That
There's a little green
is
dash.
a nat 20 in there for someone.
Would you look at that? I hope it's my horse.
Someone's curse is broken.
No, the horse just comes back. I'm free! I've learned how to talk. Oh shit, what was that talking horse's name? Oh.
Ed.
Mr. Ed Helms.
So, if he is level 9, that's plus 9 to the caster level, so... That
Yes.
might be, I think it's 1 broken?
Well, that depends on what the caster level of the curse was.
Yeah.
Because usually it's 11 plus the caster level of the curse to break, something like that. But yeah, the nat 20 should definitely break something. Unless it's like a 20th level curse.
And you guys are
Good enough to knock everybody on their butts.
yeah. What the shit
The
does that?
7 and 6 are probably not. 11 maybe, depending on the caster level. But I'm not holding my breath.
It's the early, it's not showing.
Are
give
there
me-
expensive
Yeah, give me.
material components for this thing they did?
If it is break enchantment, I don't think that has material components.
I don't think it does either, but
Remove curse doesn't either, so I don't think so. Give me 1 second. I have to do some math on this because I don't have my fucking book, but I remember what the curse is. Give me 1 second.
That's fine. Yeah, take your time.
I'm keep thinking. Yeah.
Intermission.
Oh.
Entertain us in the intermission, Jade.
Cat singing something.
What? No, I'm not. I missed it.
I heard something.
Heard nothing. Okay.
Come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah.
Oh! This is fake. I was singing! Oh god!
So yeah, one casting of break enchantment could get all of us.
Oh man.
DC 11 plus caster level the effect.
Holy world. Donald. Hey, stop it. God damn it. Who got Smash Mouth in my head? That'll kill person. Or kill the person.
What was
I
it?
have an uncle that looks like Smash Mouth.
Isn't Smash Mouth a band, like with more than one person in it, or
Yeah, he looks like a band.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Get the game on, go. Hey!
like I'm walking on the sun?
Wow,
Oh, no.
making me remember songs that I haven't heard in a long time. And by a long time, I mean like last week.
I heard it in a CVS pharmacy.
Nice.
You heard Smash Mouth in a CVS pharmacy?
Yeah, a few
I
weeks
believe it.
ago. I also heard Sugar Ray. I was wondering if I had traveled back in time or not.
Honey.
Jade, we all know that you've traveled back in time. You're from the future.
Yeah. You are my
Maybe.
girl. Got me, want you.
Most of
Oh
us
my
live
God.
on Mars now. It's pretty cool.
Dude.
I don't know. I think is Pluto still not a planet in the future?
It was actually
Did they
blown up.
change that?
It was blown up.
No.
Yeah, just to put an end to
They're
the
actually
debate.
changing the Pluto back to being a planet, along with one other planet.
Still making.
What?
They're changing the definition of a planet, the termination of a planet.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
No, I don't want to teach a new planet song to children. I'm used to my planet song. Whatever that was.
Also, apologies, but that time of night is coming where my senses are dulling a bit.
Well, you are.
I may
drunk
fall
half out
asleep.
trash.
Yeah. I just want to see if we can break the curse, and then I might just wait till next week to see our plan through.
Eris. Okay.
Well, not next week, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Lollipop, lollipop. What game am I thinking? Oh, I know what I'm thinking of now. Who's ever played Dub Zombie? I don't know if that's the correct title.
Oh,
That's
yes.
What I'm thinking of.
Lollipop,
Yeah.
lollipop, ooh,
Lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop.
That was a fun game.
What?
They need to make more games like that.
They do.
And now
They
that
don't
has
anymore.
been preserved for all time in the video that will go on YouTube.
Alright, sorry. I looked up some of my old notes that I had typed out on my files.
No,
Just what I
you're-
was looking for. All right, so as you imbibe the drink,
We were thinking.
you will you'll feel the effects of the spell wash over you and attempt to break the curse as you'll I guess you'll look at each other for a second. You'll see like the symbol actually come to. Those who don't have detect magic can actually see it on your foreheads. It starts to glow a little bit. Singes will actually start to glow very bright, so bright that it almost looks divine. And right when it seems like it'll reach its epicenter. What's the word I'm looking for?
Epicenter.
Not the epicenter. Just like
Probably
like a
thinking-
crescendo. The end.
Climax.
Yeah, like right when it reaches a climax and it seems like it's going to shatter, it'll actually it'll send a pulse out which will knock Singe down, and the half elf who cast the spell will actually be thrown back into the wall.
Oh shit.
Singe, you need to make a will save.
Don't fuck it up.
18.
Okay, you actually don't. You actually don't pass out again like you did before. Hold on, I actually need to make Mr. Cleric's will save too.
Oh no.
But he's got
He's a cleric.
He's
Well,
got a fantastic will save, so he's,
Yeah. It,
Don't
he
say
should
that.
be okay as long as he doesn't roll a nat one or anything like that.
yeah, like cleric will save is like the best save usually in the game.
Monks have the best saves in the game.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the best overall
What,
saves,
a
but clerics can be single casting or single stat whiz, and they have good will saves. So
Monks also have pretty good whiz most of the time, but
Paladins
yes.
get I thought paladins get excellent saves.
No,
They do,
well, they
but
do. It's based because they get their charisma to all their saves.
what I'm saying is that like clerics are like the only class that can just go like completely 100% wisdom.
Okay.
To be fair, yeah, paladins probably hands down beat out most classes.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
on that note, yes, you'll see that happen. Singe is blasted down. The half elf behind the table is like blasted back. Singe kind of like gets up on his shoulders and comes up a little bit, and so does the half elf. I don't know if I just said paladin. I didn't mean to, or the word paladin's in my head. Either way, they both kind of get up, and that is where we're going to end the session for now.
Well,
Aw.
shit. Yeah.
Good work.
God
What about my
damn.
horse?
You're out feeding your horse.
Priorities.
Your horse, the sign like glows and like explosion happens outside, and there's just a crater where
Cartwheeling
Where your
through the
horse
air.
used to be.
I was about to
What?
say there's just a crater where your horse used to be.
This is
Holy
unacceptable.
horse meat.
There's also a trail of smoke leading up into the atmosphere.
So
There
there you
has
go,
to be,
folks.
like,
That was your session for the night.
All
That
right.
was a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah,
I
good little
enjoyed
fun.
that.
All
No
right.
combat, but that's fine because there was a lot of role play and fun stuff.
Yeah, there was more roleplay, a lot less combat. A lot of people that are, if they end up watching these sessions forward, they will note that there's going to be a lot of combat.
Wow.
I am a combat DM. I love combat. I love combat, and I love
What-
throwing my PCs into hard situations. That way, Kat, who is new, a lot of people don't know this, but Kat's actually very much newer to the sessions. She's been role playing in another game we bi-weekly role. She's been playing in another game that we bi-weekly for we've been doing it for about 5
Almost a year.
almost a year now. Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah,
Like that happens.
May I think.
Oh
2014.
wow, it
Pretty
actually is coming up on May.
Yeah.
It was
It's
the
a
end of
couple
May.
months away.
So yeah, so that was her first introduction into RP role playing in Pathfinder.
Ah.
What?
So exciting.
Yes. Oh, okay, it was. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So, and she just recently joined my game, and we're having a good time with it. So she's going to be one of the better role players when it comes to combat. 'Cause she's going to be throwing so much into it in my game.
we'll have to talk, Ash, about some cool ideas for making some very cinematic, cool combats for the viewers.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm down for getting that done.
I love you've seen my style. I love to describe what my character does, but I feel like we can make it very cool for the watchers to have a good combat to watch.
I'm all for learning, and like I've told you before, like I'm not 100% happy with my DMing style, but I do
Ah, you
just
do
to
fine.
do it. I know it's just the description thing. That's all it is. I suck at suck at setting the scene. You know what I mean? I'm always looking for words I can't find because I don't have a really good vocabulary.
That's why you describe it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
either
I did that for a while, but it I don't know. It's probably how I said it that it just like I just probably monotoned it, or I was like reading it from a script, and that just I guess you just can't do that right. You know what I mean?
there's a reason why actors to this day still use scripts
Yeah.
because it makes what they say sound awesome when when they say it.
Well, you need to tell Nicolas Cage and Keanu Reeves that because they play the same character in every movie.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
Keanu Reeves does a good job of it.
It's called being an action hero.
Yeah.
It's called typecasting, let's be honest.
That's really what it is. Yeah.
And it's rocks.
Will Smith is the same way.
Yeah.
Wilson's a badass, so.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against him.
No. Let's not throw around a lot of things which will get captured on the stream and then get lots of hate comments later on Jade's channel.
Look. We all love Nicolas Cage, Will Smith, and Keanu Reeves. I didn't say anything bad about him, but
now you'll get a lot of hate from people that don't like those people.
I could care less about people's hate. Everybody has an opinion, you know. We're gonna have so many people say, "Oh, this is a crappy session. I wouldn't play with them," and we'll be like, "You know what? Screw you."
They didn't even fight anything.
And now.
To be fair,
You don't know my game.
Let me just say this: the session. I don't know if anyone checked out the video that Jade posted, the one where we played together. But that's video 3. That was where we actually had a good session. The first 2 videos. The first video was like me. Like spending more than half the session talking with a gold dragon in the library.
Yeah.
It was just me talking for most of the session.
I mean, that's going to be. I like you did try to get other people into the RP. You do try to push. You give them a little hint, and you know, I'm trying to take your lead on that too, and give them a little push. You know, a little push and hint too, and that's just the way it is. Some people are naturally character leaders. You know, group leaders, group faces.
Well,
and you have that kind of come off.
One or the other.
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome adventure because I can see kind of where things have the potential to go right now, like into the woods, into this camp. Yes, into the woods. And we're going to hunt down these slavers, and we're going to make that our mission, and we're going to kick lots of ass doing it. And even if Kazan... I'm sorry. Go ahead and say something, Kat.
Oh, no, I think that's going to be awesome.
Yes. Even if Kazan isn't there, it'll be just one of those, like on a series or something, you know, like where we find one thing that'll lead us to the next. And once we find that, we'll have our next quest, our next goals for our characters.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a goal.
Or if we got him there, I should.
Yeah. So far, I mean, like you guys as a group have, you know, you have a group goal, like to find the answer to what happened to you. You know, and so far that's your group's cohesion. You also
punch Kazan in the balls.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like Kit knows Kazan, which we actually didn't get to this earlier in the introductions. Kit's character, Kat. Or no, Kat's character, Kit.
Yeah, come on.
I got
Kat's character, Kit Kat.
She.
If I may suggest,
Yeah.
what we should do is prepare just a little set before session next time, maybe for 30 minutes, where we just give more detailed information about these things, a little bit at a time.
Yeah, I can see that. But like what I was going to say, the reason you two are so against Kazan, because I just led into it, I might as well not just say it.
Yeah, go for it.
Is
He's an asshole.
Kazan is basically the reason Kit's characters are dead, or her parents are dead. Kit's character, every character Kit in the world is dead. Everyone.
And
yeah.
Kazan is the dick that did that.
Yeah.
Because the DM's a dick. No, just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's right, essentially. But yeah. So her character is pretty much out for revenge just as much.
Wouldn't that just be a dick move if you had a DM that as soon as you make a character, like this NPC just comes out of nowhere and slits his throat and then like fades back into the shadows?
Yeah, like what is that? That's what has that ability? This
assassin?
Yeah, it's just an assassin out of nowhere studies you for 3 rounds and just appears and then slices your throat.
Death attack. Yeah,
death attack. Yeah, there you go.
No, it's got to be like you make a character and then they just do that to your parents.
No. What you see is
motivation.
like.
From this point forward, every character Kit ends up rolling, her parents are going to get murdered by one of my NPCs. That's just the way it works.
So here's what happens. There's like a stack of character sheets beside them, and as soon as that happens, just grab the next one off the stack, slap it down in front of you, and you'll be like, "How many of those do you have?"
Enough.
50.
Way more than I should.
That's. I told my people. I told you on my Monday Tuesday game that people have died, and it was actually funny because I'm not the kind of person that's going to kill a character, but I'm not also the kind of DM that's going to fudge anything. If you do something stupid, and if the rolls are not in your favor, that's the way fate goes.
I do stupid things all the time.
Well, Like I said, if you run off on your own against like 6 drow, then that's your fault. If you don't stay with the party as a whole and fight as a team, then
Now,
that's
there
what's
are exceptions. I can always understand why someone might make a decision if it's what their character would do. Like, if you have a reason for following those drow, and you're like, there's no time to go back and get the group because I'll lose them.
Oh God!
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like I said, but this was
But
completely
you
like, out
recognize,
of reason. Yeah.
yeah, you recognize that, yes, I could be in a fucked up situation where I die.
Hey, if I kill all the drow, I don't have to share their loot.
This is true too. I've seen that actually work out in someone's favor at one point.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so like I sent them a message. I'm like, look, everybody have backup characters. I want you to do that. You know, and then like I had linked like on YouTube a clip like I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie The Crow, where he says like you're all going to die, and I linked that in the YouTube link, and everybody was like, oh my god, like what? And I was just like, I'm just like saying, just be ready, and I was just like, I don't want you to say like this is my only character. I want you to like your characters, but I don't want you to be like this is the only character I want to play. No more.
10 backup characters. Bring
Oh, I already have that.
And as soon as I sent that to both my games that week, the same player who in both games ended up losing his character. Yeah.
Sometimes people get in that mindset where they're what's the word?
Fuck.
No. They kind of doom themselves. I can't remember what it's called. Fatalistic?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would call it lemming syndrome. I don't know.
Whatever. Lemming syndrome. All right.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to go.
character.
I got to get some rest.
I
But,
got a shower.
thanks
All right, well,
for
can't wait to
running the
see
game.
you guys in Remco's game next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him,
Jade, do you
give
plan
him
on
some shit.
recording those?
Maybe. Well, I'll think about it. I might.
Give me that recording because I literally took like very sparse notes.
I
I'm like,
will.
yeah.
Speaking of recording, I'm totally going to stop it right now before it gets any longer. So, yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remco.